Yeah, because I still don't have a sound effect button that actually works anymore. So
What's up, guys?
we make our own sound effects. So welcome to the 210 Culture Podcast, officially episode 81.
Dang, I didn't think we made it this far.
I've been excluding the numbers in the intros, but yeah, I found out yesterday we're at 81.
Dang.
So
Nice.
it's been pretty good.
It's been a long road.
Yes. And of course, like always, I'm G.
I'm Dom.
And Donna has the day off today, so she's chilling at home, so she'll probably be commenting through. Which, according to our wonderful sound producer Jose, means that all you guys are gonna have to bear with us since none of us can read.
I
got real good.
Big facts.
So we're back again as your award-winning podcast.
Always.
SA Magazine's Best of the City 2020, and of course we are live here on Pub Sports Radio at Southtown 101. And thank you to our sponsors, Southside Craft Soda and Texas Bearded Cartel. Of course, get all your Chingon gear there. And I should shut this thing up.
Chingon shop.
It stops making noise. Okay, so yeah, definitely get all the new gear, and then Pub Sports Radio as well. And then Dom, you want to plug the shirt?
Yes, we want to go ahead and bring up our other shot.
So the other podcast that comes out on the show, Talking Hands, they got a new shirt.
Man.
So definitely go out there and get it. I don't know if you can see that it's blue because of the green screen.
Yeah.
Fight Island shirt.
Yes. So
yeah, shout out to the UFC and Fight Island.
Fight Island.
So definitely get it on the Pub Sports shop section on pubsports.com.
I'll take a 2X, by the way, Jose.
So make sure you get yours, and we'll get ours soon, and we'll get to go. And Dom's a floating head this week. It's awesome.
Whoa.
So of course, our guest, we have a returning guest and a new guest because that's how it works when he's on the show. So
Always great to have.
We got JC here with us again.
Yeah.
And then we got Daniel here.
Daniel, new to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So of course, the way we always start the show here is what we did over the weekend. Since you guys, I guess, what y'all do over the weekend?
You want to go, Daniel?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
I just, man, I've been, working on some music at home, having some fun and hanging out with my huskies. I got some dogs.
Oh, dang.
So, nice huskies too, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, bro.
Like all the kinds in Snow Dog?
Pretty much, man.
Dang.
Like just straight up wolves, dude. I'm like,
hey, careful, don't let them go hungry. Fall asleep on them.
We have a pit bull, and Donna just taught our pit bull how to shake. So that's been like the ongoing
I thought
thing.
it shook all the time when it was scared.
But she only learns how to do it with food, so she's smart enough to realize like there's no treat, I'm not performing.
Yeah.
So we're like, quick, give me your paw, and she just like looks at me like, you're not giving me a treat. No, I don't think so.
Man, I got 3 Shih Tzus, man, and one of them, when she wants a treat, she does a little spin.
Mm-hmm.
So the other ones are learning too. So when they have a treat, they're all 3.
Like, damn, I need more snacks.
I'm like, you know what? Yeah, keep doing that.
Keep dancing around. So I feel like it.
Start a circus
For real.
So,
yeah. But yeah, I mean, other than that, let's see here, weekend. Well, I've been dealing with some family stuff. Been helping my cousin transition into moving back at his own place because he was originally staying with somebody, having a roommate. But you know how that is, roommates, other people, and especially during this COVID time, moving's like not really a great idea. But it is what it is. And it's been crazy. I've been trying to go to like my bars that I usually go to, like Hills and Dales, Talks, and all that. Bro, I mean, it's crazy. And I got the report when I was about to go out. I'm like, all these bars have been reported that, like they have a case of COVID there, so they're closing down. I'm like, really? Like right when I thought it's gonna be safe, it's gonna be good, it's good time out there. Man,
yeah.
like,
well, I tripped out coming in here, man. Like I totally forgot about everything because I haven't been out really much.
Mm-hmm.
So when I walked in, I'm like, why is the guy standing in the front? And he's like, oh, follow me. And I'm like, oh, that's right, man. It's the whole
why?
6 feet.
Where you taking me?
Yeah, right. Wait, man, this isn't how it was last time.
This is like Taken.
Shout out to him because every week I come and every week he still asks me just
your ID?
How many people. No, he never IDs me. He just asks me how many people, and I'm just like, I'm here for the podcast. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he always does that. Well, shout out, doing his job right.
Yeah.
Other than that, just been trying to get out to the coast or get out do something in summer.
Man.
Yeah, stay in that sun,
Just like yesterday, we did family stuff, man. Barbecued.
Yeah.
And, hung out by the pool and
our
whatnot.
new norm.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, man. And yeah, man, just that's all you can do right now. Just kick back.
Yeah. Can't
So-
force it to get better. I mean, we're waiting on everybody else to do their job.
Mhm.
We're doing ours.
For real, man.
Canal cases are just jumping. They had what? I think like 1,000 cases within the last week.
Shit,
And
second
then
wave.
that's not even with the rioting, bro. That's just
Mm.
Memorial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
God dang, man.
People were real reckless during Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For real, man.
I just think it's funny because we went to Rockport the weekend of Mother's Day when it was still like
Annalise's
it was
birthday.
just starting to loosen
Yeah.
up, and then like over there like nobody had masks, like they didn't give a fuck, like they were just like walking.
Whatever. Yeah.
And then I found out like that Sunday when we were leaving, they were telling us that that they only had 2 confirmed cases. And I was like, well, yeah, it makes sense because you're a vacation destination. Everybody gets it and leaves and takes it back with them.
Yeah.
Like, so she's like, yeah, we only had like 2 confirmed cases of the people. Like, so it's not they're not as restricted down there as they are here. And I was like, well, yeah. And then when you look at here in San Antonio, when it started, it all came from travel related cases.
Mhm.
And then it was from people who lived with them. And then eventually 1 or 2 of them would have to go to work and they passed it on that way. And that's really how it started spreading. But it's like, don't leave San Antonio. Like Tony
Stay
San
in your
Antonio.
city, man.
It's like that.
Houston already
28
said it.
days later, man. It's
For
like
real,
28 days
yeah,
later.
yeah.
That movie's crazy. Like, man, just contact and bam, you got it.
Yeah.
I don't understand how we why we rushed. You know what I mean? I understand. You know, I have a lot of healthcare friends, and they say, well, right now it's Texas, bro. It's hot.
It's hot.
It kills the virus, but it
Not
still
that
lingers,
fast.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I don't know, man. It's crazy time.
Yeah, it's our new norm now. You know, having to possibly wear masks now, like how China was before all this. They were already doing this.
I like
Yeah.
that one meme where it's like I feel like Spider-Man every time I leave home forgetting my mask.
Oh, my mask.
I know. I like leave them in the car and then like I get off and I'm like, oh crap, I need to get my mask.
Yeah.
They know who I am. Damn.
But no, I really do feel like you ever seen was it Django? Where they were wearing the he was, man, I can't see shit.
I can't see shit. I can't breathe. out of
breathe out of
this.
this, man.
I
feel
like
that
when they were
was
making those memes, that the one in Houston where they were all riding their horses.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I was like, that's funny.
For viewers at home, can you explain that?
Oh, it was a bunch of protesters that were on the horse, so they were just like, oh, they must have stole the horses, and they're protesting. They're like, no, it's Texas. Everybody just like
Everybody
owns a
has
horse.
Texas.
It's fine.
Everybody just assumes.
It's like,
Like
what do
we
you gotta
ride
do?
horses, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's like all I-10 and 35 is horses.
As
no,
a person not born in Texas and moving here when I was in middle school, high school, I definitely thought everyone had horses. That is a fact. Yes.
A Mustang is also a car. Just saying.
Who would have known it was a horse? I didn't.
I used to live in Floresville, so like when they would start the Stockton Rodeo here, they had like a trail.
horses.
They have a trail ride that like I don't know where it starts, but it goes through Floresville.
I'm
and goes
thinking,
to San Antonio. Yeah. So like they would like give you like a half day so you can like clear the highway so the horses can
Horses
go
go
through.
through.
And it was just like the norm. And it's like, oh yeah, I've seen the horse. And it's like,
Like, have y'all seen when they let the Longhorns during rodeo time downtown?
yeah.
Oh
Man,
yeah.
I remember I saw the first time. I'm like, hey
Yeah,
man,
that's
who let
crazy.
the Longhorns
Who
out?
let people out?
Where'd my hamburger go?
Right? Hey, hold on, man.
Dang, there goes that steak.
So I'm gonna read through some comments real quick. Normally, or most of them are just Donna. She's saying, Dom, you blended in the background. That she wants one of the shirts, and she also wants one of the Southtown 101 tie-dye shirts.
Well,
Those
you can
look
get
cool.
this shirt at a Spurs shop.
And then Andrew Hernandez said same when you were talking about the masks earlier. And Donna again says, having masks potentially being mandated sucks. I can barely breathe in that thing. And everyone does have horses, Jose. You're just a loser who doesn't.
Oh,
That sounds about right.
He's not supposed to know that.
And of course, I just been family time over the weekend for me. And then yesterday we went with our friend to Kona Grill. Had some sake bombs. It was nice to have some sake bombs. And the waiter was dope. He was like, y'all want to make a mess? So he brought the chopsticks and everything. And he's like, go ahead. He's like,
You gotta go. Yeah,
we're like, aren't
yeah.
y'all the ones that tell us like not to do it? He's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. He's like, go ahead, have fun. I was like,
Shout
"All right."
out to that guy.
So shout out to him, and then we went out to Burn House, and it sucked.
Yeah,
No,
I
it
could
was cool. It
imagine.
was just crowded, but like the inside, I guess like a sewer pipe broke or something.
Oh,
So, like the inside just smelled
man.
like a sewage.
Just-
and
yeah.
stuff. So,
Kinda like the
we're-
valley
we're
in
going
here.
outside.
Straight
What-
butt ass.
Yeah, so we're like,
ass.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna go outside. I was like, I'm just gonna chill out here. And then I woke my ass up, and I'm here. So of course, there's a very important reason why they're on the show. other than just to come visit us.
I know.
Oh, no,
they
that's
miss
you.
us.
We had nothing to do on a Sunday, and I was like, you know what? Let's go hang out with 210 for a second.
Yeah.
And of course, we have Steve and Roland. They're chilling outside just because the studios keeps getting smaller every time they come in. Not that we keep getting bigger. Yeah, you guys want to let everybody know about the compilation album?
Yeah, well, Daniel Bas, man, the man behind it.
Well, we got a couple of singers from some local bands around here. Some of the top metal bands here in San Antonio and surrounding areas, and I was able to make some tracks for them and have them come over and record some vocals and try to get a little CD compiled together, and it's coming out pretty good. Bunch of heavy stuff and some other stuff that's not so heavy, but good music for sure.
Definitely.
And it's a good mix. I know a lot of people are thinking this compilation is just straight metal, but it's a mix of rock, alternative, hardcore metal. So you know, if you're into alternative, you're gonna hear some alternative. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So,
Like that.
But yeah, it's gonna be a good compilation, man. And like you said, it's some heavy hitters, and it's just gonna be amazing, man.
I know. I've been seeing your posts.
Yeah, the videos. Yeah, I was looking
studio.
at those.
I'm just trying to push it as much as possible, man.
Yeah.
Just to kind of give, I guess, a little bit of the hype. But yeah, I know a lot of other singers are reaching out from other places. And I'm like, hey, man, don't worry about it. I got you on the list. Let's do this first one.
Right.
And we'll move forward. You know what I mean? So it's good that I think this compilation is really opening a door for the scene, just to show like we're all trying to work together and do something cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you have a great guitarist, musician, everything, man, doing it.
Thank you.
So
I was gonna say, how is the scene? Because I know I'm not too into the rock.
I mean,
it.
it's good. I mean,
It's a little bit dispersed, right?
just a little bit, yeah.
That's
man,
why people are trying to reach out, because it's
Mhm.
kind of like spread out.
Yeah, and then I was just talking to the guys hung out with. You ever heard of Rob? Rob's Metalworks.
Mhm.
Shout out to Rob.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, we hung out with him, man, and I mean, just a great vibe, bro. And he really just is like, I love this, man. I want the scene to be, how it used to be, man.
Yeah.
Like when we had the White Rabbit, and
Yeah,
everybody
exactly. Yeah, man, we were
popping up
talking about
everywhere.
we were talking about that.
Now it's like Paper Tiger and all
Just the
that.
good old days, but of course, with this happening with the pandemic, it's a little bit
It's
hard.
worse.
Yeah, so I think us doing this compilation is just a perfect opportunity, man, during this time. So
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things is how it came together, like kind of during this time is like, yes, we're all apart, and the band, the people who are in bands, like they haven't been able to do shows, and this is a way for them to kind of get just a little bit more exposure. My people get to hear them, and their people get to hear me, and just bringing everybody together, even though we're still apart, the way they say. So it's been definitely good for like a camaraderie for the local metal scene.
And how did you get into music?
Man.
Oh, I want to hear a story.
Man, my father bought me a guitar when I was in junior high, and I honestly had it for 6 months without ever touching it. And then one day I just started learning, and that's pretty much it, man. I put my head down and started learning everything I could, and mostly like the radio rock and stuff. It wasn't until very recently, maybe like 5 years, where I really started getting into more heavier metal, which some of the extreme stuff that I have written on the CD coming out. It gets a little bit more extreme, and kind of to go into that a little bit is most of the guys I asked them, like, hey, this is not your band that we're doing here, like what's something y'all want to try, like give me a band. So I had a few of them send me some of their songs that they wanted to try. Most of the bands I've never heard of, so I got to experience some new metal bands that I've never heard of before, and the good challenging part about it was I got to try and write a song like those bands that I've never heard, and I think it came out good, man. And everybody's given some pretty good feedback. Some of the bands from these vocalists, they say that it's great and they can't wait for it to come out. So really excited for that. Yeah.
Is there like when you're writing or when you're playing for somebody, do you ever get like writer's block? Or if you do, like, how do you get yourself out of that? Like, is there just like a certain method to your madness, as they say?
Man, that's $1 million question. So,
well, I have $1 million right now.
Whoa.
You take Monopoly money?
I got to answer.
Can we pull into the 210 culture funds?
Real quick.
Yeah, no, it's regarding this project, luckily I didn't hit any
That's great.
roadblocks or anything as far as creativity. It just kind of came together. I got sick, so I missed 2 days of work.
Sick.
And man, like it was kind of like, all right, grind time. We got a bunch of people who jumped on, bands that I knew about. So I was kind of like stoked that it's these like local, these local artists.
Yeah.
Like, man, they're gonna actually sing for a track that I have. So man, I knocked out probably half of the songs in those 2 days.
Damn.
And it came out good. And sometimes it doesn't, man. Like I'm in another band. Well, I'm in a band, like this is my personal project, but I'm in a band called West Creek, and it's more like the radio rock stuff. And we definitely would write a lot like over the last year, and we definitely hit those roadblocks. And there would be times where I come home from work, go into the room, boot everything up, start playing, and then 5-10 minutes in, nothing comes out, and it's just like, all right, turn it off and go watch Netflix or something, because there's really you can't really push it, because you won't get good, genuine, original stuff out if you try to push. You got to let it happen. Yeah.
True. Dang.
So yeah. Also, shout out to West Creek, man. Stefan and John, man. You guys are
Shout out.
homies, man.
So just read 2 more comments real quick here. So Roland says, "Chingones, fuck the mask. I can't wear them. My beard is too big." Well, you need to get the face mask that I have. I have a Joe Exotic one, but it's the fishing one. So like when you put it on, it has his like nose. It has like his nose and his mullet, and then like it has like right here it has like the neck where it shows like the tattoos from the neck. Like I wear that because it covers the full beard. It was like perfect. And then they make a Tekashi 6ix9ine one too that is like the
I'm no rat. I'm no rat,
with
man.
the tattoos, and I was like, I might go get it, but it took me like 8 weeks to get that first one.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I really thought that it was like a fraudulent thing, so I was like, I'll wait.
Yeah, for real, those websites though.
Donna
For
said,
real, man.
Jose, get that money, because he put the link for the shirt in the comments. She said, "Excuse me, Dom, the valley smells like honey." I saw that.
Oh, man.
Well, at least I got Delios.
And then another comment back to you, Daniel. Donna says, "So you feature / a part of all the songs, or are the songs that other artists develop in that album?" If that makes sense.
Yeah. So every
You a little bit, I'm on,
So she really put that at the end. Does that make sense?
I understand what she's getting at. So I wrote every song that's on the CD.
Dang.
I wrote all the drums. I wrote all the guitars, bass, and recorded guitars and drums. I program them, and but pretty much I was the main writer, and then I just had the vocalists come in and do their vocals. And whenever we're tracking them, I have a little studio in my house. So when we were tracking vocals, it's just kind of like working like a regular studio where, hey man, maybe say this word or hold this out a little bit longer, just little ideas here and there. So, but yeah, I mean, all the instrumentation is all me.
Oh, nice.
Amazing, man.
That's crazy.
Awesome.
I was gonna say, probably be more fun if there wasn't quarantine, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, because I saw like the documentary that they did, that J. Cole and Dreamville did when they did their compilation album.
Yeah.
And they rented out like this whole like studio that had like 5-6 different like studios in there, and like everybody was just there. They're just smoking, and they're like, "Hey, I got this idea, let's go!" And they would like grab one of the artists, and like they would jump in and go recording one, and then there'd be another artist there, and they're like, "Okay, I think I have this idea, let's try it." And there was just like I think there were like 20-30 people like in that building, and they were just like
Dreamville.
And they were just
ideas.
yeah,
That's
they were
awesome,
just like,
man.
"Hey, let's try this out. Now you suck. Hey, you come here, you sing this now." And then they were trying to like they were rotating. They'd be like, "No, I don't like the way you sing. You come here, you try singing." And they're like, "Okay, you sound better." And like that's how like the whole compilation was made for that album. That they were all just like one weekend, because they were all gonna like leave and do their own tours.
Yeah,
So like everybody just come in and just we'll go ahead and
Just
start
do it,
knocking it out.
that's pretty neat.
So
Yeah.
it's like that'd be pretty dope. To be like there. I was like just watching it in general, seeing it. Michael Ruffo said more live drums.
More live drums?
No,
There's your live drums.
we don't have live drums on this first one. We have been in talks on the second CD having live drums. And try to take it up a notch.
And then Roland said more cowbell with the crying emojis. And then
More cowbell.
And then Donna said, "Do you ever get writer's block? If you do, how do you get over it?"
Yeah,
We just
Yeah.
Donna obviously
It's
doesn't
like-
listen.
Well, how about a better question? Who inspired you to choose your instrument, or sing, or like for example, like Disturbs David I think it's Draymond, yeah. Like his voice, man, like when I think about singing, I would choose his voice. Like he got it. Like Sound of Silence.
I was gonna say, bro,
Makes
Sound
me
of Silence
makes me feel it.
Yeah,
it's good, bro.
And like that just makes me feel like those vocals.
Oh man, that's a good question. I guess like, I guess we, since I am kind of across the board regarding singing, I would say Marcus Bridge from a band called North Lane out of Australia.
Oh shit.
They've kind of that singer. I've taken a lot from him, like trying to learn, getting more into screaming and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Playing guitar. I mean, I was a little kid, so I learned every Metallica song that was ever made.
That's what I'm talking about. Like killing it on Guitar Hero. Yeah. You're like, wait. I need to write my.
Yeah, no. When Guitar Hero came out, man, I was just like, oh, this piece of cake. Let's roll. Expert. Come on.
Expert.
But yeah, and I guess like kind of in regard to that, one thing I think is kind of weird that I think would be interesting for people to know is, so I really like Chris Adler, the drummer of Lamb of God.
Okay, yeah.
And I've kind of used him as a huge inspiration to not only write drums but also guitar. So a lot of my writing is kind of based off of his drum work. If you can comprehend what that means,
okay,
that's kind of how it is. So it's little stuff from here and there. When I was a cool little fun fact, when I was in high school, I got grounded for whatever the hell I did, and
we've all been there.
I sat in my room with my guitar and I learned a Stevie Ray track. So a lot of my like leads or solos, they're kind of in that realm of Stevie Ray Vaughan. So if you can imagine somewhat of a Stevie Ray Vaughan solo over a metal or rock track, that's kind of how I'll be writing.
That's really cool. I like Stevie Ray Vaughan.
So since we're in like still in the wrong word, I kind of have like a thing I saw yesterday, so I want to hear y'all's opinions on it. So I think it's Atlanta, they have a statue of Robert E. Lee, and they made a petition to change it and replace him with one of the guys from GAR.
Oh, from GAR, the singer. Yeah,
I
saw that.
And
man.
he actually like showed up in like full gear, like right over there. And then somebody's like, "How about we put you on top?" And he's like, "Fuck yeah, let's put me on top."
Man, have you been to a GAR concert, man?
I've seen footage, but I haven't gone.
It's fun, dude. It's a fun show, man. They put on. I mean, just they squirt you with Kool-Aid and what I mean, like fake blood and all that.
You think it's Kool-Aid,
right?
It is real blood. Like
is this LSD?
I was gonna say like Tropic Thunder. So it's just Kool-Aid. It's just warm, blood tasty
corn syrup.
Corn syrup. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's crazy.
And I laughed so hard.
And then I saw too that I think it was Tennessee that wants to do Dolly Parton. They want to take one of the Confederate or one of the soldiers or something like that, man.
Then I saw that one meme where it's let's just replace someone as a picture of Buc-ee's. So let's replace it with this Texas hero.
Buc-ee's.
Hell yeah.
Those beaver nuggets.
Yeah, Donna.
Bro, the peanuts, man. Have you tried the dill pickle peanuts from there?
No.
The Buc-ee's? Amazing, dude.
I wonder what they do to that.
I just always laugh because Donna's always like, "Let's go," and then I'm over there like, "Look, there's the Bucky beaver," and she's like, "Fuck that beaver."
I'm just here for the snacks.
She's like, it's a stupid mascot. I don't understand what he has to do with Bucky's. And I was like, Bucky Beaver? That was the first thing they could think of. I was like, it's fine.
I mean, BB, Bucky Beaver. Bucky Beaver, New Braunfels.
So she was like, he doesn't deserve to be at a whole statue. I was like, yes, because when I'm going to Houston and Indica Piss, that's the first place I stop. He's an American hero. I was like,
yeah, definitely.
So, I know we mentioned some earlier, but who else is on the compilation?
So we have, I'll tell you who's on the compilation, man. And these are some heavy hitters here in San Antonio, man. Yeah. We got Kobe Lang from Cerebral Desecration, man. You should have checked them out, man. They're more of a metal, a little bit of deathcore. Paul Freeman of Meridian, man. Great vocalist, dude. Actually, good friend of mine, man. Cool dude. They're more just metalcore. We have Alex from Cauterized, who did a song as well. More of the metal style. And then we have Roger Trevino on Horror on 24. Great dude, man. Awesome track, too. I ain't going to lie, man. Hopefully we'll do a music video with him in the future just to kind of promote the compilation more. We have Lawrence Taylor from Plainfield Grave, Rando from Ammo from Our Arsenal,
familiar.
Jonah Hernandez from Graves. And also, I'm also on the compilation as well. We put out a single. And then we also have Ivana McMeans. She's going to do like kind of an alternative track kind of deal. And then we have Juan Garcia of Athanados. If I said that right. If I did, I'm sorry, brother. I love you. But that's more the deathcore style right there, man. But compilation is coming out great, man. Some people have heard it, and it's just been great response, you know. So hopefully we'll put it out. We'll have hard copies. It'll be on Spotify. That's the plan.
Oh yeah.
Just to kind of get it out there, man, and get these vocalists and get their bands a little bit more exposure, even though they're already doing great around the scene in Texas. But hey, man, the more the merrier. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're trying to do, basically, and also have fun with it, man. And it's just been great working with Daniel, man, because I was supposed to do a guest vocal for his band West Creek, and then this whole pandemic happened. And then, you know, hearing all his stuff, I was like, bro, what do you think about doing a compilation, man? You know, other vocalists. And of course, he's like, man, I would love to do that. I've been wanting to. I don't know who to, you know, contact. I'm like, bro, I got you. Dude, don't worry about it, you know? So I hit up the singers, man, and now we're doing this project, and we already have the second compilation ready. And we're not going to announce yet, but we are going to have a lot of guests. We also have a very special guest that's not from Texas, but they are from a well-known band.
Oh, snap.
And then, of course, drumming, we are going to have some special guests doing drums. So it's the second compilation. You know, this first one is going to be amazing, but the second one is going to be that step of like, oh, okay. This is what's up, man.
Looking forward to it now.
I don't think we announced it yet. So when is the release date for it?
Really? Okay. We don't really have a release date, but we do plan on next month. I don't know when though, and we do plan on doing a CD release kind of deal, you know, and go from there, man. So
I think the plans would probably be around mid-July. So
Okay.
about a month from now.
Of course, we'll be posting when it comes out as well. So
keep a lookout.
Just keep an eye.
Thank you so much, man.
Keep an eye and follow on everybody here. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so we brought back the question of the day. So let me jump into that real quick before we forget. So the question of the day for today was, if you can build a. Did she put it on here?
No, I don't think she did.
She normally does now.
Nope.
No,
If you could build a time machine, would you go forward in time or would you go backwards in time, and why?
That's a hard one, man. I think
you want to take this one first?
I think I'm gonna go forward, man, just to see what happened, man. Where are we at now?
True.
And only one time, right? Only one time, either go forward or back.
You can't go back.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and say yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just going forward, and then you just stay there.
Basically, in a city that's just burned to the ground.
Should have became.
I should have went backwards. Oh man.
Stop this shit.
So, reading some of the comments we got, Steve said he'd go back in time. He would love to be around his grandparents again. They were so funny and caring, just to hear their voice and be around them at breakfast time. Those were the days.
That's a good one, yeah.
I'm jumping around here because we posted it like 8 different locations.
Took some memories right there. Yeah, man, that hit hard, bro.
That's kind of why I would want to. That's kind of why I would want to go back, but I kind of would want to go like deep in the future because you know you're ready to be dead, so you just want to see like what you're gonna miss.
Yeah, true.
We have
that is a tough
on our
question.
Instagram at 210 Culture Podcast. We had SA Texas Foodies say, visit the future to see how society has evolved or regressed. See if we ever come together, live on Mars, cure for cancer, and see how technology has progressed.
Or if the corona just won.
Yeah, that's true. It turns out we go back in the future and it's nothing but apes. And we're like, oh man, it was true.
Man.
Planet of the Apes.
Right.
COVID's the beginning of Planet of the Apes.
There you go.
I'd take a long, hard look at going back in time just to give the dinosaurs some hands, man. I want to give a T-Rex a 1-2 combo.
Real quick.
I just want a leather suit, you know what I'm saying? All dinosaured out.
Apparently the T-Rexes are actually the size of chickens or whatever. I'd fucking kick the hell out of a T-Rex then.
I'll be barbecuing that, dude.
Right, man, some good
I
meat.
always said if I were to go back in time, I don't know what would like transfer with you, but if it was possible, I'd probably go back to the early 2000s with a flash drive of like all the beats and just put out all the popular songs as my own.
G3 was good.
Oh,
That's what he'd be
man.
like.
because you already know they're gonna be hits. It's just
He would just take all of
confuse
Kanye's
them.
music
Yeah.
and just like, hey
And then
guys,
try to-
I'm
who
the
is this
producer
guy?
now.
Yeah.
Who's this dude?
Now, and then at Kanye at that time,
So-
he's just gonna be that guy with the magnet hat.
he's so
There you go.
he's so creative. He went through 6 different genres and put a hit song out in each one.
It's like the Hot Tub Time Machine
Oh,
movie.
man.
That's what I always said I would do.
Yeah,
That way
yeah.
I'd be rich and just be good to go.
Making Google would be pretty cool.
Lugal.
Yeah,
Right.
what movie was that where he
Hot
says
Tub
that?
Time Machine.
Yeah, that was it. Okay.
I was gonna say, or maybe that. Maybe put stocks in like Google when it first starts.
Yeah,
And
Amazon.
Like, put,
Yahoo?
put under like
Just, bro.
I'd hate to buy into freaking Steve Jobs. I'd hate to do it. Steve, take all this money and just double it somehow.
Here, Steve.
do what
make
you
me
do.
money.
What you do. What
Steve,
you
I know you're in your garage right now, but I have a lot of faith in you, my guy.
How about you, Daniel?
Also,
You've been quiet
how
over
do
there,
you know
man.
where I live, sir? Don't worry about that.
I was
Just
gonna
take
say.
the money.
I was gonna say, what if
You're
that's
good.
how they got funded? It's actually like people from the future that
Yeah,
know.
just
and they're just
here, man.
Here.
Bill Gates? Hello, sir. Can I interest you in an
You seem like a
investment?
smart fellow there.
You see that window? You can make an operating system named after it.
Windows 10.
Let me tell you, the creative power between these guys is not very high. The naming of all
Yeah.
these companies sucks.
I saw a
Apple's
window.
Windows.
That's why I named
Windows.
it Windows.
What the hell's Google mean? How do you
That's a-
get Google?
That's a tough one, man. I don't,
Gibberish.
I don't know. I don't know what I would do. Go back or forward. Like that's a tough question.
You're like Bill and Ted, bro. You go in the future. You're Wild Stallion. You know what I'm saying? Whoa.
We have
Totally radical.
Eric Velasquez. He said he would fix the space-time continuum, just like Back to the Future 2.
I love those movies.
I have a couple more.
Let's see. Trying to think of it because I don't know.
I have Natasha. Shout out to Natasha. She says,
Shout
visits
out.
the future. I already know about the past, and there's no point in changing anything. Butterfly effect.
Smart.
Mindy says, no need to turn life into an existential crisis when life can be solution focused. Where I am, who I am, where do I envision myself, and who do I want to be? What can I do today and now? So I'm assuming she wants to go to the future.
I know,
I'm
right?
not too sure about
She
that.
gave an
That's-
explanation that was pretty good, but I'm just like, so what are you gonna do?
So was that in the middle?
Or
was
Just
you
stay-
just
just stay where we're
here?
at, don't
You
leave.
Stay here?
And then Cynthia, X6's mom, says, I'll definitely go back in time and talk to my abuelita and my dad. There were a lot of missed opportunities for quality time and deep conversations. I missed them so much. And do I have any in the
Hey,
life?
y'all getting deep, bro. Tearing up over
Bro.
here, man. What-
Dang.
And then in the comments, Erica Medina said, I hope the scene is ready. Donna had another question that said, will there be any concerts with these artists in the future?
We actually thought about that. We were actually talking outside of
Chingon
Maybe.
Fest 2.
dude, there's so much we want to do with all this crap happening, man. It's just ridiculous. But we do plan on having a show, maybe with a few artists alive, you know,
Yep.
but also do a listening party as well.
Do a live event and then just have it shoot from different
Probably,
angles.
you know, I mean, we got some connects, man, that can do that. So
Yeah.
that'd be awesome. But
Have a call-a-thon.
And then
You are on with 210 Culture.
And then Steve took over Roland's phone and he said, this is Steve on Roland's phone. You know, the TVC owner. LOL, these beers are so cold.
So crisp, so cold.
who else but Steve?
Lone Star.
Make sure you get your Chingon gear.
Jingle
Before I
and
hit my
way.
cash register if I had the button still. And then Donna said, I asked Natasha this because she said the future too, but since you know what your future is, would you change your decision to change your future?
Oh, I didn't hear that because it's rolling.
I definitely would. I would love to see what I'm doing in 10 years
That-
and be like, damn.
That it says if you went
Is
to
that
the
really
future,
what I'm
and knew-
doing?
if you went to the future and knew your future, would you go back and change your future?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Was the future good or was it bad?
Well, I would think that the future. Well, I don't know if it would change after. Because I'm gonna say when the future you go to would be the future after you change, because in the timeline you would have gone to that point.
These are what all the authors have trouble with when they're writing
Right.
all these stories.
And
Yeah.
then Donna said about Jose going to go give the dinosaurs the 1-2. He said he'd be eating in 0.5 seconds.
Donna, you can't have that negative.
Yeah. What's up with that
That's
negativity,
too
huh?
much negative there.
Yeah. Come on, dude. I just want to eat some T-Rex steaks. What's the problem with that?
Yeah, T-bone T-Rex steaks.
I want to ride a velociraptor, whatever. Maybe I'll hit up the one with the long neck. Whatever.
I mean, as we all know from
Make it a trip.
the show Dinosaurs, remember that show?
Yeah.
Their food was, they looked good. Man, big ass legs, dinosaur legs, and man,
they're thick. They're thick boys.
They're
They were
thick
thick.
with 2 C's.
that boy thick.
Every time I think of every time I think about the dinosaurs, I think about Little Dicky's song "Pillow Talk."
Pillow talk.
Yeah.
That
So like it's him
So
like with this
funny.
girl and they're just like talking. Like the whole song is about them having a conversation.
after sex.
And there's a part where she's saying that she doesn't believe in
dinosaurs.
that she believes in God, but she doesn't believe in aliens and stuff because it couldn't happen. And there's a part where he's like, "What?" He's well, what about the dinosaurs? So what about the dinosaurs? So well, your God made the dinosaurs. He's like, so he just made dinosaurs, and when they said, "Nah, I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna cook up some blondes."
Nah.
He's like, I'm just gonna cook up some blondes. He's like, that don't make no sense. Why would he do that? But the song's crazy. It's like a whole like 10 minutes, and it's literally just like him and her having the conversation. That's like the whole song. They're just going back and
Yeah.
forth. But it's him doing the voice for the whole thing, and it's hilarious. And then it gets inside like his brain, and then in the video, there's like a little animated brain, and the brain's rapping his part of
I
what
am
he's
the
thinking.
brain.
Yeah,
I am the brain.
it's a hilarious
That's what I
fucking
do like.
video. But I was thinking about the dinosaurs because then like they show like the background because it's all green screen, so like they're just in the bed and there's like dinosaurs like around them. And he's like, I don't look like a
crazy.
dinosaur. He's like, well, why? How do you go from dinosaurs to humans? I don't look like a dinosaur. And then there's like a part where he's like, I'm only 5 foot something, and then there's like a T-Rex that comes and he turns around. And he's all, on Tinder, I'm 6 foot, and then like, he just walks off. The dinosaur just walks off, and it has
Check that out tonight.
that video has
Man.
John C. Riley, and he plays God.
He
They
plays
talk
God.
about God and they show him popping
Yeah.
up, and it's John C. Riley.
Oh, wow.
I was like, dude, it's my favorite video.
Yeah, I don't know. I think to answer the question, I would honestly go to the past, possibly like the 80s, and then like I would try to find my father and like try to give him the hints to the future, and then let him take it from there. You know what I mean? Like I would
It
just give
turns
him.
out you're not born.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
It's
if we're born, it'd be born differently.
It's gonna end up
You'd
like
be
that.
stuck.
It's gonna be like the episode of Family Guy where he goes back in the past and he's supposed to go on a date with Lois,
Lois,
but he
like, oh,
keeps
hell
instead
no.
hanging out with the guys.
Yeah.
And then he's all, fuck, I gotta do it again. Deaf
Hold on,
again. We have Andrew Hernandez. It says the show Dinosaurs is coming back to Disney Plus.
That's true.
Oh,
it is.
really?
Yeah, it
Man.
is. Dang, blast from the past.
For real.
Like the movie The Dinosaurs? Which dinosaur? Like there's actually a documentary?
No, you
No.
have seen the show, The Dinosaurs?
The Dinosaurs.
Back in the like early 90s?
Early 90s.
The-
Like there were actual animatron. Or
Yeah, the Not the
or-
Mama?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the mom. Yeah,
Yeah, I love that show.
he loves that show.
I know, I need to go collect all the pops.
You guys are talking some different language right now.
I'm sorry, Jose. Yeah,
So-
there was a
Oh, yeah, I
show.
forgot he was like, it was
You weren't
canceled.
born.
It was canceled.
I
when he
literally was
born.
not born yet.
Yeah, he wasn't born yet. So it was a show with dinosaurs, but they were like made by Jim Henson's
The
company.
Puppet, yeah, the Muppets.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Muppets.
So they were like that. So there was a little fat baby that he hated his dad. So every time the dad would try to get him to say daddy, and then he would always come up with some different way, and then he'd be like, not the mama, and then he'd hit him in the head, and that was the running joke on the show. But it was always funny because there was always something, and he'd be like, there's one where he's like, say dad, and he's like, dad. He's like, now say duh. He's like, now say da, and he's like, da, the mama, and then he hits him in the head with a frying pan.
Classic humor.
Oh,
But it was a
we're
great
the
show.
ones laughing about it, but it's,
Yeah.
that's all good.
It was a great show.
Whatever, man.
Different times.
Right.
Have y'all seen? I don't know if y'all really watch Disney Plus, but there's a show there about Pixar in real life, and they generate like different things to make it so like the second episode there's the scene from Finding Dory where the octopus is in a
In
baby
the jar.
Uh-huh.
baby storage or stroller. So like they actually like make a stroller and like have the octopus's hands. And then they like go to like an aquarium and they have like their remote control and they're controlling it.
Oh.
And then the lady comes, have y'all seen an octopus? And they're like, in a baby stroller? And she's like, what do you mean a baby stroller? There's no baby stroller, but it's all like just like practical like gag like
Jokes?
show. Just
Yeah.
do it out in the
Okay.
open. There was the first one was what's the one with the emotions? I forget what it's called.
Yeah, I know what you're
The
talking
one where,
about.
like,
though.
Donna, where you at?
All the
I
characters.
know
are
Donna knows all the
different-
Disney.
Or all the characters like the angry guy's like a red one and he like fire.
I know what you're talking about.
Inside Out.
Yeah, they go.
Inside
Inside
Out.
Out. Yeah. So they have like the
Oh,
control
that's right.
panel.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
have like the control panel and they get like an actress. So like when they hit the different emotions, like the actress changes her emotion because you can see like the board light
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
So
Oh,
like
wow.
she's out like in the public and then
It's
she
like
was like
pranksters.
they hit angry. Yeah, they would hit angry and she was like, why are you bringing me to the park for my birthday? And then somebody would hit like the green one to be happy. She's like, I'm sorry, I love you. Like she was just like being bipolar, but she could see like the board switch.
That's just bipolar women.
I was like, that's a pretty cool show. I've been.
I'm not even pressing anything. She's
Yeah.
doing it on her own.
She's bipolar as fuck.
Yeah, they're supposedly
Dang.
supposedly made like a real life like Wally and like in one of the episodes and he's like driving
that'd
around,
be
but I haven't
cool.
gotten to
That's
that
how
episode
the
yet.
whole show is.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's
pretty
different
cool,
parts
man.
from Pixar.
I don't have
Pixar.
Disney Channel, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
but-
true.
Yeah, so Donna
I
said
need
inside
to
out,
get
you dummy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was on the Disney Plus, and they're only like I think like a minute, so they're just like quick little like things just to put content on the channel. So
Yeah,
okay, cool. So let's run through one of these lists real quick. Topic. Dom, you want to read the
All
important
right.
one?
The
This is
important
my
one-
favorite part of the show right here. Here we go.
All right, so the important one is San Antonio bars closing over second wave of coronavirus. So the list of the San Antonio bars have surfaced that have confirmed potentially have employees, park patrons, or exposed to people with positive COVID-19 results and are closing for public safety. So the list goes 210 Sports, Cantina and Grill, Sandbox, The Block, Sugars, Perfect 10, Stout House, V Lounge, Cielo, Jackrabbit, Chicken and Pickle. That one's funny, but it's actually a huge complex, actually. Thirsties, R&J Saloon, Grasshoppers, Pecan Grove, Coco Loco Sports Bar. Then we got Cooter Brown Saloon, On the Rocks Pub, Hills and Dales, Ice House. We got Babcock's Social Pub, Social Spot, Bentley's, Brooks Pub, Rue Pub, Angry Elephant, Top Golf. This is not over. Please stay at home unless it's essential. If you go out, practice. Like most of these places on this list, I used to go to. I mean, like
I didn't believe it when I first saw it. I thought it was a joke, man. I thought, oh,
It's
people are just,
crazy.
but they're really closed right now because of that. That's crazy.
it's that Texas mentality. We're like,
We're stubborn, man.
we're like, whatever,
stubborn.
party,
It's
whatever,
over.
have fun.
Lone Stars. Where's Steve at, right?
Lone Star, Steve,
Gone,
Lone
man.
Star.
Can't drink over this at home. Yeah, so I don't know how true the actual list is.
That's crazy.
Most of the bars have individually already made out statements either saying that it's true or that they're closing as a precaution. The Block is one that says that they didn't have any, that it's all whoever made this list does not work there, so they wouldn't know, supposedly.
I was at the Block yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
It was in fact open.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
wow.
said they were still opening because it wasn't true.
Mm-hmm.
I have sources yesterday tell me that I don't know if it was in the same time period, but they did know somebody who supposedly had one. But I don't think it was that severe. Or the whole thing too is I don't know if they actually said they had it or they thought they had it. That's another thing too. That
Thinking you have it.
if
and have it.
somebody's like, oh, they got tested because they think they have it, then all of a sudden they're like, oh, we gotta shut down because.
Everybody's
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
crazy.
So I know we had one a scare when we worked at Chase. When we were still there, we had a scare. I think like
Someone was on the
month
same
into it.
floor.
Really?
a month into it on the second floor. I'm on the third floor, on the second floor, and I'm like, well, I still gotta ride the elevator.
Same
I
elevator.
said, there's
It's
only
still gonna be
there's
trial.
two
Yeah,
there's two
it's-
entrances, so I was like,
Yeah.
either way, I was like, and they didn't tell me till I didn't find out till I actually came in. So I was like, because they put it out the night before, like at 9 o'clock at night when I was already gone. And I was
That's
like, why
whack.
dn't you email or send a text message like you do for
Facts.
everything else to say like, hey, this is up to you guys if you want to come in or not. Thankfully, they gave us like 5 days that you can use for just if you don't want to go in. So I used like 2 days of that, so they like can confirm. that
And
they
I
had it
only
or
found
not.
out because he told me.
Yeah, so I told him I was like, if you're going to work, you might well go ahead and go use that because this happened. And I was like, I already walked in. I probably already have it if it did come through this door. But I was like, and then the AC
You're a martyr.
circulates. I was like, the AC circulates, so even if it's on the second floor, if it's
Yeah,
airborne, it's
2
in the air.
hours. It's gonna be in there. No, thank you.
So
man.
so that's where like take the list with a grain of salt or check their page exactly. 'Cause like
Yeah.
I said, most of them are coming out saying like, oh yeah, we did.
That's a longer list, man. Because the list
Yeah.
I saw.
Yeah, there's
didn't-
a longer list.
Mhm.
That's-
Well, I know Hills and Dales, they're actually closed. There was actually a report, like a news kind of report that was done on it. And like it was packed like probably like 2 days ago. Like how it usually is, like everybody's parking wherever they can find parking, like
Mhm.
they're all the way back. And then, people outside and there's no social distancing. Everybody's having a good time,
talking
laughing,
about-
talking,
yeah.
drinking, sharing drinks.
Mhm.
Like you And then when I tried to go there on Saturday night, nope, it was dark.
Yeah.
No, nothing on.
And just as a reminder, Texas Governor Greg Abbott allowed 75% capacity at bars and everything. I think it was yesterday. So
Yeah, it was Friday.
Yeah, money talks.
Or Friday.
Money talks.
Yeah, and then
I understand. We're trying to open up the economy. I get it. I really do. I understand, but like I said, man, we're Texans. We're stubborn, man. We're gonna go out. We're gonna do our thing.
We're the best country in
We're the best
in the
country
US.
in the U.S. Don't mess with our country.
Yeah, true that.
Donna also commented and said that a lot of them don't have to announce if they have cases or not. It's like an optional thing. But it's one of those like they're gonna announce it anyway because if they somebody finds out, then they're gonna lose business because everyone's like, oh well, you're hiding the fact that you didn't want to tell them.
Right.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's better to know before somebody like a customer gets it, because then after that you're ruined basically.
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't even think that matters. I mean, we're still gonna go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's like,
but it's
after
safe,
the fact.
Safe, yeah. It's
that's
safe
like
to know.
last night was a very example. We went there to Burn House and they were checking your temperature before you walk in.
Mm-hmm.
But if you like didn't hit the temperature, I guess it didn't read, they'd put you to the side. So it was like, well,
You need a new gun.
and then well yeah, but then they like gave them some time and they tested it again and it was like, okay, so if they do have it and then just because they ran up the stairs they got hot and then it goes back down like a little bit later.
Did somebody
Now you're
at
letting
Burn
them back
House
in.
happen to have a? Did that happen to somebody at Burn House?
I don't know if anybody ever had one, but my whole thing is that you're putting them there on the side and they weren't even that far. Like they're literally like from the end of the table, like that's probably like the distance between the people that were waiting and the people coming in. So
Julian could be like,
if they have it, they're
"How
already
are
coughing
you?"
and blowing. Yeah, exactly. So I was like, what good does the temperature do if you're still gonna give them a chance to like let their temperature go down to come in? I was like, I get it. Obviously, if you're like at 108, you're not gonna be able to bring it down 10 degrees while you're waiting.
Exactly.
But still, it's like I'd rather just take the precaution and be like, sorry, your temperature's above, whether it's a faulty gun or not. Like, I'd rather lose the business than be closed for a couple of days because you let them in when they had that 2 degrees higher that they're able to get down.
That'd be wild if someone just read 108 and they're outside just doing their thing. I don't know how I would feel just standing behind. Is that 108?
Exactly. That's what.
Hey, the guy's just like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm good. I'd take like 6 steps back.
I know that's what I'm thinking of. Like, I was like, I understand like the precautions with it, but like somewhere like there, like a nightclub, what are you gonna do going in anyway with 108 fever or something like that? Like
who? Why would you want to go to a bar when you have that fever? Like, come on.
Yeah, so that's why like just
people need to party.
You're
What are you talking about?
You're gonna burn on the dance floor.
To party.
I got a fever and I got to dance.
They're like my medicine's at the bar. I need it.
Yeah, come on,
bro. You're throwing up.
Need some shots of that good stuff.
I just need to be around some people. I've been quarantined for so long.
You should have stayed in.
But that's where I went back. Crazy. That's where I said like the week before when we were talking about this. I feel like people who really are alcoholics, they need to just stick to their spot. I was like, because I believe nightclubs are still nightclubs are still a little too early to open, but I can still kind of see bars.
Yeah,
like here where you can social distance.
Yeah,
and you're not really gonna worry about it.
Yeah.
But like when you're going to an actual nightclub where the whole point is to bump and grind and get felt up on with guy or girl.
That's why I want the clubs open.
Yeah, like that's like obviously shows like that's probably not the time to be opening right now when you know they're not gonna be social distancing. I know like Frankie Diablo's is like dance on your chair. Don't like move on the dance floor, stay on the chair and get twerked on the chair. And it's like, okay, well at least they're taking a little bit set, but there's still a bar. Like you're not expecting like the whole place to just be 100 people trying to dance in there. Like like yesterday at Burn House, like everybody just all like I said, because the inside the smell like sewer, everybody was outside, so it's just like cramping it in even more. So like I was bumping into people left and right. And I was like, yeah, so much for social distancing.
Like, has anybody in here been to a restaurant recently or a bar?
Like just we went to La Gloria, man, over there in the Pearl. And dude, they honestly shout out to them. They're very cautious, bro. Very cautious. That's man. Good. And you have to wear a mask before you go in. Of course, you take it off when you're gonna eat. You sit down, but they have everything separate. Only one way in, one way out. And there's a lot of hand sanitizer. And of course, when we go, we sit outside, man. You know what I mean? We don't go sit inside.
The wind just pushes it out.
Well, that's like yesterday we went to Kona and it was the same thing. Like we got the sake bombs, but he brought like each individual like piece. And then he was like cleaning them. They're like, we just got them out. Like you can still see where like they're steaming. So like he was like, yeah, no, we want y'all to see like it's steamed.
Did they have the what is it? The menu on the where you scan?
It's like a paper.
Yeah, that's what La Gloria did. I was like, that's perfect, man. Like I don't even know why they don't even do that in the first place.
Shout out to Mike
So.
and Caesar from Sangria. Were,
Mike
like, the first
Caesar.
At least the first two for it to become a deal that they were like reaching out to them on that.
Nice.
So,
I think the one thing I do like about the restaurants right now is they do sit you apart from everybody. So it's like, all right, now I get.
I don't
sit.
like people.
Yeah, let me sit over here. Me and my wife over here in the corner.
now I can get
no more people doing that. Looking,
What they
That is
getting,
easily the
are
best
those
part.
fajitas?
That is my favorite part about this. No one comes up to you and bothers you anymore. It's so nice. Like people don't like even people that try to solicit for things. They don't even come up to you anymore. Like
Thank God,
where are
man.
the people on the highway that were walking around asking for money? They all disappeared.
I still
some
see
of
that.
them,
I
yeah.
still see those.
Yeah.
I think it's funny because we live off of 35 in O'Connor, and there's that crossover bridge right there.
Yeah.
And every day there's at least 3 people there, and I'm like, how did you even get over here if you're homeless? Like, I'm like, just like
I got strong feet.
Some of them have badass masks too that wear them. I'm like, bro, where you
Yeah.
get a mask like that? Yeah.
I wish.
Oh, okay.
On Wish.
Okay.
I ordered it before.
Did
the
you wait for
pandemic.
like 2 months?
months?
Shit.
You knew it was gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
The pandemic. Oh man.
You some kind of psychic?
That's how I was with that Joe Exotic mask. I bought it like that first week, and then like it had been a month, and I was like, well, I guess I got ripped off. There goes like $15. And then I was like, tomorrow I'm gonna call my bank and dispute it. And sure enough, that night they're like, bing, we're
They
sending.
must
out
have
your-
heard you.
We're sending
Right?
out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they're like, we're sending out your mask, and I was like, okay, cool, send out my mask.
Mhm.
So, but it's been a dope little mask. Steve, you want to pop up for a
Come
minute?
here, Steve.
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 Yeah, I want to roll in, pop
Scuba
in.
Steve.
Shout out to my partners, man. Steve from Texas.
Hey,
River Cartel.
Steve.
Hey, there's Steve right there.
Hey.
To the pee-pee.
Well, to the John.
You gotta sit on his lap. That's how it works.
How do I do it?
I'll let you sit, man. It's
Social
hot, bro.
distancing. Yeah.
Social distancing.
Hey, after the
down.
conversation we had when the show started.
Roll into the restroom.
So of course.
What's up, guys?
Our big boss here, Steve.
So Steve, of course, is the manager for this podcast. He got everything together.
I
and
know.
Situated. He was
Gotta
the
thank
middleman.
him for that.
Making
Yeah,
things
that's how I do
happen.
it, man. That's what I told Julian and them, man. Like, it's all about y'all. You know,
Yeah,
y'all get
yeah.
that situation going, man. And I just want to be in the background. I just wanted to be here, man. You know, support them. And
Drink some cold Lone
Daniel,
Star.
Daniel's a bad motherfucker, so
Yeah,
I see his shit. So it's gonna be bad, dude. So the thing of that is I just wanted to be a part of the back and just let them fucking shine because that's their shit going on. So
And of course, he has his new stickers. Make sure you get them
Hell
stickers.
Oh, hit me up.
Swag.
Plug.
If I don't know you, I'm
Sticker
gonna
swag.
If I don't know you, I'm gonna charge you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, they don't even know that.
Hey, but they're worth it,
Hey.
bro.
Hey, we
They're
already
worth it.
paid. They don't know that.
Yeah, hit me up, man. I'll be around for a while, but just getting the Sunday Funday going, man. Like I said, man, it's about these guys today. So shout out to them for fucking bringing the good music, man.
Hell
That's
yeah,
that
Nika
fucking local
Jams.
shit. That local shit. You know what I'm saying?
And of course,
So-
Daniel, how can people get a hold of you, social media wise?
Oh man, I don't have a Facebook page for the Daniel Bas project, but I mean I'm on Facebook for Daniel Bas. That's a picture of me and one of my huskies in the back.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And
you don't
then,
have Instagram either, right?
I personally do not yet.
You need to get up on that shit. 'Cause
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, then my band West Creek. Like I said, it's not metal. It's more
West
of
Creek.
radio
Look
rock.
it up.
They're fucking bad.
We got Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, and all that stuff.
And of course, stream them on all streaming platforms.
Yeah, we got 2 singles out right now. The latest one we just released this last week is One Reason. Good little rock track, man. I like to see, check it out and let us know what you think on the Facebook.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right
And
on.
then, of course, be on the lookout next month for the compilation album when it comes out. Like I said, we'll mention it here, of course, as well. Anything you want to plug, Steve?
Real quick, man.
Ooh-wee.
We were just talking about before this. We're gonna probably do a release party, some shit. coming up.
Oh snap!
Yes.
And it's in the works, so it's gonna be tune in, fucking maybe in a couple of weeks. So we will let y'all know when everything's gonna happen. Local shit,
About a party.
social distancing. You know what I'm saying? Lone Star Beer, fucking.
You must,
Chingon.
you must be 13 cans apart from each other. The only way to find out is to buy 13
Drink
cans. and
13
drink 'em.
cans.
Yeah. So with that said, man, it's coming soon, so they can get their fucking exposure going, man, and fucking release shit like that, and then from there we'll fucking go. So what's rolling? Go. He's still peeing, so whatever. You gotta shut it down. Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, I was gonna say he should be good at holding it. He drives the bus all day.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. It's just all right.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Danny.
I like this tag team we're doing here.
So yeah, that's why I told him from
Got
the
you.
beginning. I was like, we can just everybody just roll out, roll in, roll out, roll out.
What up? Welcome
Now we
to
got
the
Roland's
show.
turn.
What's up?
And that's the show. Thanks for tuning in.
What's up? Hey, just want to say hi.
He's
Yeah,
13 deep.
I'm drunk. What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
What's up?
Y'all doing okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just want to come say hi. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having David.
Mhm.
I mean, Daniel. Sorry.
Daniel.
God.
David, Daniel.
I said David.
Damn, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel. Sorry.
And of course, Roland is also part of the compilation
Oh
in
yeah.
the back.
Anything you want to share? Anything for the?
Just look forward to what we got coming out. I know it's gonna be a slow process. We're just trying to get all the volumes done and all the singers to get recorded. But man, other than that, it's gonna be really good. And once we do, it's we want to get back to the music scene as much as possible. So we'll be having some events where we'll be able to come out and sell their merch, and we'll be doing CDs and stuff like that. So hopefully it helps out in any way. So thank you guys.
So, real question before we let you go.
Yeah.
How is driving the bus going with quarantine? Like,
Yeah.
you only have like
please,
4
I
people on the
wanna
bus, or
know.
like, is it still packed?
We want to know the behind the scenes.
It's dude, strict. They just don't. The whole thing they got rid of fares, so it was free. But then at the same time, it was kind of like if you don't have a mask, they're gonna like karate chop you off.
No
Nice.
drive for you.
So yeah, exactly.
No
But
seat for you.
the thing is, a lot of people here kind of just don't dig that. They kind of, I mean, they're
Mhm.
with it, but at the same time, you always have those ones that give you a hard time.
Mhm.
So you know, you have to use.
We've
your-
heard
When
that.
he's all just.
Yeah.
Bye.
I'm sorry.
So yeah. So but it's been kind of it's hectic,
Mhm.
but at the same time it's for your safety. So
Dang.
but it's,
I feel
it's been
that.
yeah.
Used to take the bus back in the day. I mean,
There you go, man, for sure.
you
man.
learn life on the bus. There was babies born on the bus, babies made on the bus,
for sure.
people
Yeah.
gone on the bus.
The full circle of life happens on the bus, is what we're
It's
saying.
true.
Yes.
I went on a school field trip on a bus.
Mm-hmm.
Not on the school bus, the bus.
Dang.
Yeah.
for real?
Yeah, it was that ghetto. It was like a after school program. It was for science, and I remember our science teacher. All right, we're going on the VIA bus. Like, what?
Oh, wow.
What?
Damn,
Yeah,
that's
this is
cool,
before
man.
like where they're like, you gotta go on a actual bus for school. Nah, we went on a VIA bus. That was crazy.
That's crazy. That's cool. That was back in the days, right?
Let me
Back
tell
in the
you,
day.
I was like, damn, don't all kids go on the school trips on the bus?
No, not everybody,
I was like,
everybody.
damn, Dom, what are you talking about?
VIA bus.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks,
and,
man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
The rotation continues.
Now it's Donna's turn. No.
Yeah, now Donna, come out from the back.
Yo, man. Peace, man.
What about the hot seat for Daniel?
I did not see it in a long time. We ain't got time.
I got time.
So yeah, so a couple more comments. We have Donna saying YOLO, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Yay!
And then we have
Tagging.
Amanda Martinez who said have a great show from the Film Room family who comes out on Thursdays at 8 o'clock, Jose? 7, 8.
Yes. Thursdays at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
8
Talk
o'clock.
about sports, movies,
We love sports.
everything in between.
Yes.
Disney Plus things.
Disney Plus things.
So definitely
Nice.
so definitely check them out. One of our buddies from Chase is actually on that show. So that's pretty cool. That's
Shout
why-
out.
Justin, aka
Just-
Jay Steele.
Yes.
Jay Steele.
Yeah, you definitely need to call him that next time you see him. Just be like, hey, Jay Steele, what's up, dog?
I'm gonna tell him what you're stealing my airspace now.
Damn, I thought I just had to see you at work.
No, it's cool. That's what was funny because I was like scrolling through my timeline and I see him on the thing and I'm like, what?
The hell is
I was like
this?
clicking on it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Now he's on the show. But it's cool because I know. Oh no, we don't have that show anymore. Anyway,
Whoa.
that show doesn't exist anymore, so we're just gonna ignore that
Oh.
comment or the one I'm thinking of. Anyway, so of course, JC, how can everybody get a hold of you social media wise?
JC Productions Texas on Facebook. I do have an Instagram. That's sort of JC Production, but also my personal use as well. That's JC_Shelby. But mostly I use the JC Production Texas Facebook. That's where you can find not only the compilation, what's going on, but other bands as well that I'm promoting. Also, you can hit up RT Productions and also Texas Beard Cartel. Like, we're all partners. So
Chingon way.
the Chingon way. And we're all kind of, promoting the scene, man, here in San Antonio, Texas. So you can hit us up.
Of course.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for coming back on.
Thank
the
you
show.
so
dude,
much.
thank you again, bro.
You
It
brought
means
the
a lot,
content.
man.
You brought it.
Means a lot, man. Thank you so
yeah.
much. You guys have always supported. Every time we come on, I'm always going to say this, man. You guys have been supporting us since day one, dude. And thank you so much, man. It's actually helped not only us, but the scene, man. So keep doing what you're doing, man. And I love your shirt. I'm gonna buy that shirt.
Spurs, man.
He's gonna buy right
Can't
off
see
him
me,
off air.
but you know, Spurs.
So again, follow them. Look out for
Follow
the
them,
album
follow
coming
us,
next
follow everybody.
next month. Like I said, we'll let y'all know when it comes out. And like always, I'm G.
I'm Dom.
And for 210 Culture,
Bringing the best of 210 Nation.